has no bones, no shell, nothing protecting it. So how is it one of the ocean's top survivors? It can turn into anything: a rock, a snake, a piece of coral, the ocean floor itself. Not just the color, the shape, the texture, the way it moves. Everything changes in less than a second. But here's what's strange. Does it decide what to become? Can it do it while sleeping? Are some octopuses better at it than others? Is there a limit to what they can copy? And if they are smart enough to do all of this on purpose, why do they live only for 1 year? After millions of years on this planet, we still can't fully explain how they do it. This is everything we know and everything we still don't. Let's start with the how. Because what an octopus does with its skin shouldn't be physically possible. An octopus can completely change its appearance in 0.2 seconds. Not minutes, not even a full second. 200 milliseconds. That's faster than a human blink. But it's not just color. That's the part that everyone gets wrong. An octopus doesn't just change color, it changes everything. Color, texture, shape, pattern, all at once. All independently controlled. Here's how. Under an octopus's skin, there are millions of tiny organs called chromatophores. Each one is a sac filled with pigment: red, orange, yellow, brown, black. Each sac is surrounded by muscles. When those muscles contract, the sac expands and the color appears. When they relax, it disappears. There are roughly 200 chromatophores per square millimeter of skin. Millions across the entire body, and every single one is individually controlled. But color alone isn't enough. Below the chromatophores sit iridophores, reflective cells that manipulate light. They create metallic sheens, iridescent blues and greens, colors the chromatophores can't produce on their own. They are the reason an octopus can match the shimmer of sunlight on the reef. Below those are leucophores, white reflecting cells that control brightness and contrast. They are the reason an octopus can look dull on a dark rock or bright on white sand. And then there's the part that makes scientists lose their minds: papillae, tiny muscular bumps across the skin that can change texture in milliseconds. Smooth to rough, flat to spiky, round to jagged. An octopus sitting on coral doesn't just turn coral colored. Its skin physically reshapes to match the bumps and ridges of the coral beneath it. 3 systems, working simultaneously. Millions of individual components firing at once. Color, light, texture. All coordinated in less time than it takes you to blink. No animal on Earth has anything close to this. But here's the question that keeps scientists up at night. With millions of chromatophores firing individually, who's controlling all of this? Does the octopus actually decide what to become? So millions of chromatophores, 3 layers of skin, all firing simultaneously in 0.2 seconds. The obvious question is, who's running this? Is the octopus sitting there and thinking, I'm going to turn brown with rough texture and a slight shimmer, or is something else happening? Here's where it gets wild. An octopus has 9 brains, not 1, 9. One central brain sits between its eyes. It handles decision-making, memory, and higher-level thinking. But then each of the 8 arms has its own mini-brain, the cluster of neurons that operates semi-independently. And here's the stat that changes everything. An octopus has roughly 500 million neurons. That's comparable to a dog. But here's the difference. 2/3 of those neurons aren't in the central brain. They are in the arms. 330 million neurons in the arms. Only 170 million in the central brain. That means the arms aren't just receiving instructions, they are thinking independently. So when an octopus changes its skin, the central brain isn't micromanaging millions of chromatophores. It can't. There isn't enough processing power. Instead, the central brain sends a general command, something like, match that rock, and the skin and arms handle the details locally. It's like a CEO sending a memo to 8 departments, and each department figuring out the specifics on their own. Scientists proved this by severing an arm from an octopus. The arm, completely disconnected from the central brain, continued to change color on its own. It responded to light. It matched its surrounding without any instruction from the brain. A severed arm, still camouflaging on its own. So does the octopus decide what to become? Yes and no. The central brain makes the high-level choice: hide, display, warn. But the millions of individual skin cells execute that decision autonomously. The octopus chooses the strategy, its body handles the art. It's not one mind controlling the camouflage, it's 9 minds collaborating in real time. But if camouflage is partly automatic, does that mean it happens even when the octopus isn't trying? Can it do it in its sleep? And is every octopus equally good at it? So the octopus has 9 brains, collaborating in real time. The arms think independently. The skin executes on its own. Which raises an obvious question. What happens when the octopus falls asleep? In 2021, researchers in Brazil filmed octopuses sleeping. And what they captured was extraordinary. The octopuses changed color while unconscious. Not randomly, in patterns. Waves of pigments rippled across their bodies. Browns, whites, dark spots. Textures shifting, all while completely asleep. The researchers concluded that octopuses experience something similar to REM sleep, the dream state in humans. And during those dream states, their camouflage system activates, which means one of two things. Either the camouflage is so deeply wired that it runs even when the brain is offline, or octopuses are dreaming, and their dreams are visual enough to trigger physical color changes in their skin. A sleeping octopus might be dreaming about hiding from a predator, and its body is acting out, in real time, while unconscious. Now, the second question. Are some octopuses better at it than others? Yes, significantly. Research has confirmed that octopuses have individual personalities. Some are bold, some are shy, some are curious, some are aggressive, and their camouflage ability varies with personality. Bolder octopuses tend to rely less on camouflage. They are more likely to fight or flee. Shy octopuses are better at hiding. They are more patient, more precise. Their color matching is measurably more accurate, and it goes beyond personality. Some individual octopuses are simply better at matching specific environments. One might be excellent at mimicking coral, but average at matching sand. Another might be the opposite. They have strengths and weaknesses, just like us. So is there a limit to what they can copy? Yes, but the limit is smaller than you would think. Octopuses can't produce every color. Their chromatophores contains reds, oranges, yellows, browns, and blacks. No true blue, no true green. They fake those colors using iridophores, reflective cells that manipulate light to create the illusion of blues and greens. And here's the strangest part. Most octopuses are colorblind. They can only see in one color channel. They can't actually see the colors they are matching. Let that sink in. An animal that produces the most sophisticated color matching system in nature cannot see color. So yes, they can do it while sleeping. Yes, some are better than others. And yes, there are limits. But those limits reveal something even stranger. An animal that can't see color somehow matches it flawlessly. We still don't fully understand how. But here's what we do understand. This impossible camouflage system exists for one reason: survival. Because without it, the octopus has nothing. So the camouflage is extraordinary. It works in sleep. It varies by personality. It somehow matches colors the octopus can't even see. But none of this is a party trick. This system exists because without it, the octopus should be dead. Think about every other successful ocean predator. Sharks have speed and teeth. Turtles have shells. Crabs have exoskeletons. Jellyfish have venom. Whales have size. The octopus has none of that. No bones, no shell, no armor. No venom worth mentioning, no significant speed advantage. Its entire body is soft tissue. An octopus is essentially a bag of protein. Everything in the ocean wants to eat it. Sharks, eels, dolphins, seals, even other octopuses. It's on nearly every predator's menu, and it has no physical defense. If a predator catches an octopus in open water, it's over. So how does it survive? By never being seen. That's the answer. The octopus didn't evolve armor, it didn't evolve speed, it didn't evolve venom, it evolved the ability to disappear. And it doesn't just disappear one way, it has a full arsenal. Hiding. An octopus can flatten itself against a rock and match the color, texture, and contour so precisely that predators swim directly over it without noticing. Studies have shown sharks passing within centimeters of a camouflaged octopus without detecting it. Warning: when camouflage fails, some species flash bright warning colors. The blue-ringed octopus displays vivid blue rings to signal that it's venomous. One of the few octopuses that actually is. Mimicry. The mimic octopus, discovered only in 1998, can impersonate over 15 different species: lionfish, flatfish, sea snakes, jellyfish. And it doesn't just change shape randomly. It chooses which animal to mimic based on the specific predator attacking it. When threatened by a damselfish, it mimics a banded sea snake, a damselfish's natural predator. When threatened by something else, it becomes a lionfish. It's making tactical decisions about which disguise will work best. And when all else fails, ink. A cloud of black pigment that blocks the predator's vision while the octopus gets away. But the ink doesn't just block sight, it also disrupts smell. It contains tyrosinase, a compound that temporarily numbs a predator's chemical receptors. The escape plan has a backup plan. Even the backup plan has a biological advantage. No bones, no shell, no armor. And yet the octopus has survived over 300 million years, longer than dinosaurs, longer than most fish species alive today. It survived not because it was strong, it survived because it was invisible, adaptable, smarter than anything with no skeleton has any right to be. Which makes what happens next completely cruel, because after building the most sophisticated survival system in the ocean, evolution gave the octopus one devastating limitation. It only lived long enough to use it once. 300 million years of evolution, 9 brains, millions of chromatophores, the most sophisticated camouflage system on Earth, an animal that can solve puzzles, recognize faces, and dream in color. And it lives for 1 year, sometimes 2. The giant Pacific octopus might reach 5, but most species, 12 months. That's it. Think about how insane that is. A dog lives 10 to 13 years with roughly the same number of neurons. A parrot can live 50 years with a fraction of the octopus' problem-solving ability. Sea turtles live over 100 years hiding inside a shell. The octopus, the most intelligent invertebrate on Earth, gets 1 trip around the sun. So why? The answer is brutal. It's called senescence, programmed death. And it starts the moment an octopus mates. After a female octopus lays her eggs, something changes in her body. She stops eating completely. She guards her egg 24 hours a day, cleaning them, protecting them, keeping water flowing over them, for weeks, sometimes months. She starves herself to death protecting children she will never meet. The giant Pacific octopus guards her eggs for up to 6 months. She doesn't eat a single thing during that entire time. By the time the eggs hatch, she's already dying. Her body has consumed itself. Males don't fare any better. After mating, they enter the same spiral. They stop eating. They become disoriented. They wander aimlessly. Their bodies deteriorate. Within weeks, they are dead. And the cause? A small gland behind their eyes called the optic gland. It functions like a biological death switch. After reproduction, it releases hormones that shut the body down. It's not disease, it's not injury. It's programmed self-destruction. In the 1970s, Researchers removed the optic gland from a female octopus after she laid eggs. The result? She stopped guarding the eggs. She started eating again. She lived months longer than normal. Remove the death switch and the octopus keeps living, which means the short lifespan isn't a biological necessity, it's a choice. Evolution chose death. But why would evolution program the most intelligent invertebrate to die young? The leading theory is population control and resource management. If octopuses lived for 20 years with their level of intelligence, they would dominate the ocean. They would outcompete fish. They would exhaust food supplies. They would disrupt entire ecosystems. The short lifespan keeps them in check. It's evolution's way of saying, you are too powerful to live long. So the octopus gets everything: intelligence, camouflage, 9 brains, the ability to solve problems, recognize faces, and dream. But it doesn't get time. It lives fast, it reproduces once, it dies. Every generation starts from zero, no parents to learn from. No knowledge passed down, no accumulated wisdom. Every single octopus that has ever lived figured out everything on its own. And that might be the most extraordinary thing of all. Because despite all of this, despite knowing almost everything about how they work, there are things about the octopus that science still cannot explain. So here's what we know. We know the octopus has 3 layers of skin cells that change color, light, and texture simultaneously. We know it has 9 brains coordinating millions of chromatophores in 0.2 seconds. We know it can camouflage in its sleep. We know some are better at it than others. We know it survived for 300 million years with no skeleton, no shell, no armor. We know it reproduces once, then dies. We know all of that. Here's what we don't. We don't know how a colorblind animal matches colors perfectly. The leading theory is that octopuses might detect color through their skin, not their eyes. In 2015, researchers discovered that octopus skin contains opsins, the same light-sensitive proteins found in eyes. Their skin might literally see color independently from their brain. But we haven't proven it. It's still a theory. The most sophisticated color matching system in nature might be controlled by a sense we haven't even identified yet. We don't know why octopuses are so intelligent. Intelligence in most animals evolved through social interaction. Dolphins are smart because they live in pods. Apes are smart because they live in groups. Humans are smart because we build societies. Octopuses are solitary. They don't live in groups. They don't communicate with each other. They don't raise their young. They have zero social structure. Every theory about why intelligence evolves says the octopus shouldn't be intelligent. And yet it solves mazes, opens jars, recognizes individual human faces, uses coconut shells as portable shelters. One of the only examples of tool use in invertebrates. And then there's the discovery that might change everything we understand about evolution itself. In 2017, researchers found that octopuses edit their own RNA at an extraordinary rate. Most animals, including humans, rarely edit RNA. We evolved through DNA mutations over thousands of generations. Octopuses bypass this. They edit RNA on the fly, altering how their genes are expressed within their own lifetime, not across generations, within a single life. This means an octopus can adapt its own biology in real time. It can modify how its nervous system functions, how its brain processes information, how its body responds to temperature. It's not evolution, it's something else. Something we don't have a word for yet. A colorblind animal that matches colors through a sense we can't identify. An intelligence that shouldn't exist based on everything we know. A biological system that edits itself in ways we have never seen in any other animal. After 300 million years of sharing a planet with octopuses, we still don't understand them. And maybe that's the point. Maybe the octopus isn't supposed to make sense. Maybe it exists outside the rules we have built for understanding life. We created categories: vertebrate, invertebrate, intelligent, instinctive, social, solitary, and the octopus breaks every single one. It has no bones, but it's one of the ocean's top survivors. It has no social life, but it's one of the smartest animals alive. It can't see color, but it produces the most advanced color system in nature. It's capable of extraordinary things, but it dies before it can teach any of them to its children. Every answer we find about the octopus leads to a bigger question. And perhaps that's what makes it the most fascinating animal on Earth. Not what we know about it, but what it keeps forcing us to admit we don't. We have mapped the ocean floor, we have sequenced genomes, we have sent robots to the bottom of the Mariana Trench. But a soft-bodied animal with no skeleton, 9 brains, and a 1-year lifespan continues to outsmart our understanding.